Songs pop off on TikTok all the time, but it's extremely rare for artists to live up to the hype. I guess unless you're a guy named Benson Boone. On June 25th, 2002, little old Benson James Boone was born as the only boy of 5 siblings in good old Monroe, Washington. Growing up, Benson didn't watch much TV or play many video games. Instead, he was outside with his friends, hiking, rock climbing, mountain biking, and pretty much everything in between. Add that to the fact that he lived close to a ski resort and did everything outdoors, and it makes sense why he's in pretty dang good shape. But Benson is not just a brick of muscle. He's also in touch emotionally, and a big reason behind that is the fact that he grew up with 4 sisters who helped teach him how to treat women, and I mean the whole being really good at music thing helps that as well.
Daddy, chill.
So where did that all start? Well, it turns out it was a bit later than most, as Benson found his talent for music as a high school junior. Interestingly enough, one of his friends asked him to play piano for this Battle of the Bands thing that was being run by his school, since he was the only guy his friend knew that played it. But it turned out to be much more, as the lead singer backed out, so Benson sang as well. As he would say, it was like a movie, so the fact that they went last was only right. But even wilder was the fact that they started off with a song that Benson simply played on his piano, which was in his own words the scariest moment of his life. Considering that it was his 3rd day singing ever, it's wild that he had the courage to do it, and upon that it surprised his classmates, as he was simply known as a sports kid, as a solid diver. But even with all the odds stacked against him and the limited experience, he still killed it. Crazy enough, Benson never officially learned how to play piano. He would simply play by ear based on what he'd hear from his sister's lessons. So it seems like music was literally destiny for Benson, and so I guess it was inevitable that he would pick it up for himself eventually, with one of the main reasons being that he saw John Bellion in concert.
They'll say that I fell off and it's alright.
John Bellion is a one-of-a-kind talent, person, I mean everything. So the fact that Benson was inspired to do something like that checks out. And when you add that to the natural-born talent, it was only a matter of time before Benson would get his name out there.
What you did to me, baby.
Initially, Benson attended BYU, Idaho in the fall of 2020, but decided to take the spring semester off in order to focus on music, which in hindsight was a fantastic decision. Initially, Benson started off by singing on TikTok. And then eventually, after a friend's recommendation, he auditioned for American Idol in early 2021, and although he advanced to the show's Hollywood week, he withdrew in order to focus on his career. It may sound crazy, but the decision makes more sense considering that he caught the attention of Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds after sharing snippets of his original music on TikTok. And so Dan eventually signed Boone to his record label alongside the announcement of his debut single, Ghost Town, in October of 2021. A whole lot was happening at once for Benson, as he just moved to Las Vegas with no money and was sleeping on his manager's beanbag. But thankfully, Benson was in good company, as he was able to write at Dan's house and learn to just simply give out to his emotions instead of being so overly critical, which led to him writing 3 quote-unquote really cool songs in only 3 days, which was a great foundation for someone as new as Benson. Taking it day by day and going with the flow was all that Benson knew, so even though it was an extremely unpredictable time, he was prepared, but I don't think anyone could have anticipated the success of Ghost Town.
You'd be happier with someone else. Maybe loving is the reason you can't love yourself.
The song charted in 13 countries, and Benson performed it everywhere from Ellen to Kelly Clarkson, as it put up insane numbers for a debut, with 20 million streams in less than 3 weeks. For many, the success would go straight to their head, but the humble foundation helped Benson take it all with pure excitement and curiosity, especially since it was all so new. Most artists out there either grew up around music or pursued it as a kid, so the fact that Benson started so strong with such a limited musical background was insane. But my man was simply destined to be a star.
Baby, money won't make me better.
Benson started off strong, released a smash hit in Ghost Town that took off on TikTok, and now had the beginnings of a career for himself. But there were no guarantees, which was perfect for someone like Mr. Boone. Most people shy away or avoid pressure, but Benson works best under it, which is probably why he was able to maintain the same success throughout the next year with the release of Room for Two, then the ultra hit In the Stars, Better Alone, and then his first EP, Walk Me Home. Usually when it comes to artists that make it big off TikTok, the success fizzles out quickly, but for Benson, he has the tenacity, focus, and talent to not just maintain, but grow an audience for himself. Maybe it's his looks, maybe the incredible vocals, but no matter the case, Benson has arrived, and just recently released his second EP, Pulse, which is funny enough where I found out about him, and my personal favorite song of his, Coffee Cake. But nonetheless, you can tell when someone puts passion into music, and Benson does that unlike many out there, which makes me super excited to see what he'll do next.
I hope you know what you've done.
Benson seems like a fantastic guy, and so is his family, who cool enough started a scholarship fund that I will post a link to in the description that helps future graduates of Monroe High School achieve their dreams. To tell you the truth, it's really awesome to see, and the hashtag #SoonForBoone shirts are awesome as well, so I would definitely check those out. But anyways, I don't need to tell you that Benson is a star. You and I both know that
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Anything you want to say to the camera? Didn't think so.